You know, my biggest concern with The Last of Us so far has pretty much only been Ellie, actually. I watched episode 4, and I'll get to that maybe towards the end of the video, but so far from like episode 1 to 3, she's been kind of the most annoying character. Although Pedro Pascal seems to be everywhere nowadays, and it's like, you know, you get kind of used to his acting. He does a pretty good job, and I think in this case, he's kind of channeling his inner Javier Pena, but just in an apocalypse. By Javier Pena, I'm talking about from the show on Netflix, Narcos. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what the fuck rock you've been living under, but you have to watch it. Please do yourself that favor. Now, basically, for the first 3 episodes, I was thinking Ellie was pretty much just a Mary Sue. Now, here's how I watched this show, right? I haven't played the game, so instead of ruining it for myself by going and watching the whole story or something before the show, what I do is I watch each episode and then I try to follow up with the game to see like what kind of stuff they might have changed or how different is the show making it from the actual game material. So far, that's been pretty good for me because like I'm not overly expecting anything fantastic from, at least because I didn't play the game, right? So when I watch a show, I think it's great, and then I see the things that they missed from the game, for example. And again, the biggest thing that I'm looking at is that Ellie in the game is so much more composed. You can actually see her growth from the very first scene, for example. Ellie from the show is basically like walks in like she owns the place, kicking ass, taking names, like she does not give a shit. Honestly, they should have gone with the Harry Potter approach of where at least he kind of like didn't know he was special, and then when he was special, he's like, all right, let me try some shit, right? But no, it goes all the way from when she was captured. She's, instead of being scared, she's just kind of frustrated, which is weird. In like an apocalyptic world where you have like zombies everywhere, there's so many things to fear. And she's like minutely irritated when the Fireflies capture her. It's like, really, man? Like, I would be pretty scared. I mean, I wouldn't show it because I'm a man, you know?
Be a man. Do the right thing.
But I'd be pretty scared, man. The fact that she's not scared, it's like, has she seen a bunch of shit? I'm sure that she has a story because she got bit and she's infected essentially, but she's not infected, I guess. But you have to ask yourself, like, how come she's not even displaying even a little bit of nervousness or a little bit of fear? I feel like the showrunners have really kind of portrayed her as somebody who's seen some things and is kind of going into the story just from your perspective. So you don't know her background and you're about to find out or something. You know what I mean? And it goes on to the next scene too, right? So when they get to the Firefly base and then Marlene is like, listen, you got to do this for me because this is very important. Tess and Joel are basically skeptical of the situation because they've never seen anything like Ellie where it's unbelievable. So they're, you know, rightfully kind of scared that she's going to turn on them any second. But then you go to Ellie, and I don't know, I feel like, you know, Bella Ramsey, she's so far only displayed like 2 kind of faces throughout the whole thing, or 2 or 3. So I feel like her acting depth isn't good for the role. They could have picked so many other people for the role. I just don't know why they chose her, to be honest. Now, I saw episode 4, and there was definitely a, you know, it's better, okay? It's better. I'm not as annoyed with her. But we'll see what's there to come. I'm a little scared that they're going to turn Ellie into this like superwoman character. And I'm not hating on women or anything. It's great. You know, whatever. Diversity. Great. It's fine. My issue comes when these female characters have zero training, nothing, and they just kind of pop off and they're like amazing all of a sudden. You know, in the game, Ellie learns a lot from Joel, right? That's pretty much the whole game experience for Last of Us 1, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that she shows like zero fear in some cases where most people would be shit scared, including people like Joel and Tess, especially when you're assuming that she's seen some shit in the past before they met, is just a little unbelievable for me. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think. Like, one common scene is when they go into the hotel, right? It's daytime, but these guys are still active to a certain degree, the zombies are infected, right? On top of that, they go again into the hotel. It's dingy, it's dark, there's water. I mean, we haven't been told, or we haven't been sort of informed if these infected people can be underwater or whatever the case is, or kind of hide there or sleep there.
Come on, man. What is this, man? What the fuck is going on, man?
We don't know. So they're going to step into a bunch of murky water, and Joel and Tess are rightfully a little bit scared. Not scared, but I guess they're wary. And then Ellie's like, oh, look at me. And she like fucking takes a dive into the water and just starts touching shit. Like, I mean, okay. Seriously, I understand that she's a little bit curious. I get it. She's born after the good world went to shit. But I mean, come on. Some human instinct has to kick in and say, you know what? We need to be a little like wary, especially if we are assuming that she's seen some shit because she got bit, right? Come on. Like, she has to be a little bit scared. But no, she's like totally excited, pushing the cart, you know, seeing a skeleton. It scares her a little bit, but it's like, dude, if that was me, I'd be pissing my pants. She flips from absolute fear to like pool party attitude in like 2 seconds. What even is that, man? And then another scene is when they go into the gas station on their way to see Bill and Frank, and she just kind of like fucks off, and she's like, you know what, I'll see you later. Is there something dangerous in this room? And Joel's like, just you. Right? It's funny, but in a moment like that, you got to be a bit careful, especially if she finds a trap door in the floor. Like, Joel probably doesn't know that there's a trap door on the floor. At least I'm not sure he does. Let me know in the comment section below if that's in the game or whatever. But yeah, she finds this trap door. She like hops in, you know, and she gives a look back in the camera like, oh, I shouldn't tell Joel about this. Like, really, what are you gonna hide from the guy? He's literally your chaperone through this whole thing. really? And then she gets there and it's dark and dingy and she's like, you know, waving around a flashlight trying to grab whatever she can. She hears an infected dude. Like, yes, she showed a little bit of fear there, but my God. And I know she sees that it's trapped and everything, but dude, even if it was trapped, I would not be there, man. I would be like, holy shit, Joel, there's an infected guy here. Please fuck with it. Like, I am not dealing with that shit. But she kind of just goes in and ganks him like nothing ever happened, or she has no remorse. That's crazy, man. It's like, it's such a massive, it's a polarizing range of emotions that you get from Ellie, right? You get like this obnoxious, just very curious but annoying Ellie, and then you get this fearless Ellie, which is like, there needs to be a middle a little bit. You need to have that progression to the extreme. But I don't know, let's see what happens. Episode 4 was great. It really outlined a lot of the stuff about like their relationship to Calm and things like that, which is really awesome, right? You like to see that, because I've been saying this for all my videos, but Last of Us 2 has really done a good job of grounding their stuff in reality. Like anything that you see that they do, you can potentially see yourself doing if you survive. So the whole show lives in the little moments where Ellie cracks a joke and Joel doesn't laugh, and eventually it gets to a point where it's like, dude, that's pretty funny, and then, you know, they both have a chuckle at it. It's really sweet, actually. So I feel like there's more to it. I just hope that they don't ruin this Ellie character by giving her sort of the Rey treatment from Star Wars or something, you know what I mean? Let me know below in the comment section if you guys agree with me, but I'm really scared that they're gonna fuck this up a little bit. But so far the show's been fantastic. So that's it for me. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
I don't know nobody else is doing this. Body start to drop.